It was down for a couple hours or
It's
something.
live now. Let's try it now. Here we go. Hi guys, how are you? Hey everybody.
What's up, everybody?
I can't stop laughing. I look at Donat, I crack up. All right, we got a big story today about this Wendy Williams situation. It's getting really bad. So we're going to talk about that and then in detail. And then we're going to talk about Jaguar Wright seeing Donat on my channel last night and losing her mind and trying to twist the narrative. It boils down to, Jag, either you're going to testify to these things that you're saying or you're going to keep running. Those are the two choices she's got. Oh, no. That damn did not him and Perry with those sound effects. Let's start with this Wendy Williams situation because she's really in a battle for her life right now. And I'm not being dramatic when I say that. This woman, Sabrina, is really trying to set her up. And it's not just Sabrina. It's the judge that gave Sabrina the conservatorship. It's everybody that's keeping her locked up, for a better lack of words. It's really, really sad. And y'all know that we've been following Wendy for a long time over here. And it's we know a lot of people behind the scenes, and it's just sad. And we're all pulling for Wendy. But this all started with this. They said that the facility that she was in, the care facility that she was in, they said that Wendy Williams got drunk, right? And this forced them to put her in an even more restricted area called the memory unit, where she's watched 24 hours a day. According to Wendy Williams, they are lying. She's saying she didn't relapse. She's saying that they're making this story up. Now, somebody lying here. And I really do think it's Sabrina, because look at everything that she's facing. When she gets caught, she's going to get caught. So that's when it started, is that they said that she relapsed and that she's drinking again. And we don't have any way to verify any of this because they're not releasing the information to the public. But they put her in a memory unit, which is even more restrictive. And she's been communicating literally with bloggers, specifically TMZ. They're trying to help Wendy Williams. They believe, like the rest of us do, that she is being framed. She's being framed. There's no other way around it. She's being framed, and it's a damn shame. And I think, if you ask me, Kevin, and I hate to say this because he used to be a good friend of ours, her brother Tommy is behind this. They want control of her money, and can't nobody else tell me different. But until we can prove it, that's just my theory. But anyway, they put her in this memory care unit. This launched an investigation because she smuggled out to the blogs, TMZ, that she was never drunk. They're in there to keep an eye on her, and she can't take it. She's already done several interviews with TMZ. They watch her every day. She goes to the window. So they started a second investigation. It was the police came to pick her up today to escort her to this hospital to have a cognitive test, right? And it's supposed to be unannounced. They just pop up. She had no idea that they were coming, and they went to go take her for this test. Now, she dropped this note, they said, to the paparazzi on her way out. It says, "Help, Wendy."
Damn.
Yeah. she knows that she's being framed, but they have no
she
choice
knows that
but to
if she speak up, they're gonna try to make it seem like she's erratic and crazy.
and drunk. Or like she don't know what she's talking about. She could relapse at any minute now, and she's physically saying no. When she said help, she wants all eyes on this situation. She came out with an interview with Charlemagne the God. Remember this a couple weeks ago, saying, I'm fine. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm being set up. And I cannot believe that this is happening in this day and age. But best believe Tommy, I know I can only feel the way that I feel. Tommy and Kevin is behind us because Kevin is broke as a joke. He can't even take care of Sharina now. And this lady, she has a history of doing this. She has a history of people. Okay. So anyway, so that's what's going on. People are saying that she's being arrested and that she dropped the note because she's being detained. She's not being arrested. She was going to take a cognitive test. Now, since we've done this story, Perry, somebody called in and told you what?
What, that she passed the test.
She's
So
got.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, the word that, like, the update I got is that she did pass the test. And then the person told me that Sabrina will be arrested. I said, oh, you know for sure? She said, no, but I'm pretty sure that's the goal. Now, she wasn't positive about that, but she know that she will be sued, though.
Well, yeah. I just want to say this about Sabrina Morrissey. I don't know too much about the brother or Kevin, or even if they have some type of access to the money. I don't think anybody in her family has access to the money, not even her own son. Because remember, he's the one who exploited her and got her into this situation. No one has the money but Sabrina Morrissey. And it's already been publicly stated that all of Wendy's money has been moved out of her account into whatever account Sabrina set up as the guardian. A lot of men around her, from that fake manager on Where Is Wendy docuseries, they all seemingly work with Sabrina. And Sabrina, she is enlisted and is noted as an expert in these Article 81 guardianship case. This is why the judges are just doing a rubber stamp, because it's about her being an expert. In addition to that, Sabrina is also the past president of the New York Women's Bar Association, and she is currently on the board of directors, co-chair for the Elderly Law and Disability Committee, and co-chair of the Solo and Small Firm Committee. So she's an expert. And no matter what lawyer it is, especially if they're in New York City, they're going to be, number one, challenging a woman that has intellectual prowess out of the world. Like, people look, oh, she's an expert. There's no way she can be wrong. We're going to believe whatever she write and say, opposed to this individual who just happens to be a celebrity.
It's sad. She's being framed. And if anybody can't see that, you're blind. She's being framed. Bonji says, I've been telling you all about Tommy. I'm telling you, from the time he was on Sharrell's show, Tommy wants fame and money. He capitalizes on her medical issues. Bonji, you took the words straight out of my mouth. I don't trust Tommy as far as I can see him. I know he's financially strapped right now. He didn't do it himself. I think that Kevin pulled him into it, and everybody benefits from Wendy being crazy and locked away, except for Wendy. But what they don't know is Wendy's been doing her own plotting and planning. Wendy is making a comeback. She has recently reached out to Suzanne. Do you guys remember her? One of the producers on the show was named Suzanne. Let me see if I could play this for you. It was Suzanne, and I believe Suzanne's husband. But anyway, she reached out to Suzanne a couple days ago, and this is what Suzanne had to say about the situation.
Hi, guys. I'm out walking my dog. There's my doggy. There's listen, you guys have been asking me for years if I've heard from Wendy and what I'm doing to help Wendy. And I'm going to be honest, I hadn't heard from Wendy in years until last week. My phone rang, and it was Wendy. Um, I cried. She cried. Brendan cried. Jack was home, my oldest. He didn't cry, but he said hi to her. She sounds fantastic. She sounds the best she has sounded in years. And I've been learning every day since then more and more about her story, what she's been through, what she's going through, this horrible guardianship she's in. It is horrible and it's terrifying. And so, hashtag free Wendy all the way, all day. And she really just needs our love and support. Just send prayers to her. Thanks.
Okay, so that was last week. Wendy is planning a full-on comeback. She talked to Suzanne this morning. I'll let you hear the tape in a minute. She's planning on going on The View on Thursday. She's also planning on covering the Diddy trial. And her producer, Suzanne, and her husband is going to be by her side. Now, people were asking me about Norman. Well, let me play this tape right here where Suzanne, they're talking about Thursday. And they're planning a comeback. And they're going to announce it on The View. Let me play this. Nothing's wrong with Wendy. If you can plan a comeback, if you can call Suzanne and talk about, I think I want to cover the Diddy trial. There's nothing wrong with her. But they're trying.
The most dangerous aspect of this all is Sabrina Morrissey, the position she's in, and I firmly believe all of Wendy's money it's literally gone because it's not in her account. It's in the Guardian's account, and so however she spent that money. If Wendy get rid of her, then they're entitled to an audit to call her out for whatever. And so you have her, the judge, Wells Fargo, and a whole bunch of conspiracy going on behind the scene that if Sabrina's not the Guardian anymore, could be uncovered. So this is a big conglomerate of criminals. This is a RICO organization that Wendy is going against.
Exactly. But you said something. What happens if the money is gone?
What happened if the money is gone? Sabrina Morrissey gets called out for exploitation. And I've said it before. You guys mentioned it last time. It's a movie on Netflix called I Care a Lot, released in 2022 with Peter Dunkle and the actress that looks just like Sabrina Morrissey, honestly. And I feel like Wendy is in an artificial insemination of this particular reality that she's going through in order to grift the resources and to tear her down and so forth.
Yeah.
And so when I see her walk into the ambulance and stuff, there's a scenario to where maybe or maybe not Wendy had a particular type of behavior going on in there. And if not, they can easily fabricate that. I mean, this same woman just 3 months ago wrote in court documents that Wendy was officially gone. She has the same thing as Bruce Willis.
Mhm.
And now we're still seeing her active. That's enough fraud right there to call out this lawyer for their conspiracy, just
But
like
it's
the
not
Free
that
Britney.
easy. Because you said she's up against a machine. Perry, do you believe she's up against a machine, which is multi people in this
Right?
plot?
But I think
That will
she's
go to jail.
that what kept her there, right? But since her appearances and her dropping these cards, TMZ interview, and then when she was on Charlemagne the God show, remember he hooked her up with that lady named Gina, and she's an advocate for people like this in this situation.
I don't remember Gina.
Right, but she was on there. It's a lady that he hooked her up with, right?
Mhm.
And she's an advocate for people in these kind of situations. And she wrote a letter on her behalf. So I think the machine was working until people can actually get to Wendy to find out what's going on, to start to advocate that, hey, ain't shit wrong with her like that for you to have her in a in-home prison that she funds her damn self. Now, that's just ridiculous. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think it was brilliant for her to actually walk out and show everybody that she's competent. But at the same time, this is a 5150 evaluation. We don't know what's going to happen. They've already essentially made her a vegetable through documentation from doctors. They can continue to perpetuate that type of behavior towards her, especially if you're saying that Thursday you're going to do this and you're announcing these things to where your Guardian knows. And then on top of that, from the Where's Wendy documentary, I noticed that anything that Wendy does, it has to be acknowledged and approved by Sabrina. So from
But
the
here's the
Breakfast Club,
thing,
I
Denat.
think Don Lemon sold her out too, but we can get into that. I think Don Lemon sold Wendy out.
Let me say this real quick. Here's the thing. You cannot sit down and talk to Wendy Williams and say that there's anything wrong with her. That's the hard part that they got to get around. And when they thought that they locked her away from the world and realized she was still talking to the tabloids, then they moved her. I don't think it's going to work. Do you think it's going to work?
I don't think so.
I think because we have been pouring so much outcry to Wendy, they have had enough information to figure out how we would respond if we don't no longer see Wendy after she just got in the ambulance. What are we gonna do? We're gonna keep talking about it, but what's the operative solution? You know, and I think that these are some very dangerous people she's dealing with, and think that, oh, they'll just protest temporarily, do whatever. And then we're in this era of MAGA to where that's what people are doing. They're protesting, but there's no operative solutions being had. So what's Wendy Williams to a whole conglomerate of criminals that have been practicing this type of behavior, not just against Wendy, but other people as well. So I think it's very dangerous for Wendy. It's a very dangerous time. And I think Don Lemon sold her out too.
What do you mean? Well, let me say this. They can try. It's not going to work. How do you think that Don Lemon sold her out?
Well, I pay attention to body language. If you guys go back and see the interview, she just did an interview with the Breakfast Club. Why do you need an interview as well? She did it. That's a bigger platform than when she got on his platform. The opening of his video was all about him and his family, and it was given narcissist. And then when he was speaking to her, I mean, that's just what I got. Then when he was speaking to her, he seemed very disinterested in his body language, and the questions that he was asking were not tough questions to get and make a point, but they were questions that I feel like he was instructed to ask in order to get a certain response from Wendy, and that was to ultimately discredit her. You guys got to go back and look at it and pay attention to it. So in real time, I was like, okay, he's talked to Sabrina. He's gotten clear instructions. He knows that Breakfast Club is doing it. That's what I feel. That's honestly what I seen. And maybe if you go back and look at it, you can think objectively about it. Or maybe I need to go back and look at it, but that's what I seen initially.
I thought he was supporting her. I mean, if the main goal here is to get the word out to as many people as you can, I think he was contributing towards that. What good would it do Don Lemon to keep Wendy Williams locked up? They can't pay him off. He's got millions of dollars. He's his own boss now. What good would that do to Don Lemon to work with Sabrina?
Well, number one, he in that interview with Wendy Williams, as soon as Wendy left the platform, it's like he had a slideshow and everything that he wanted to say already pre-planned. So he just eased right on into how he was out for the show and he didn't take it because of his loyalty to Wendy Williams. He was removed from CNN. He's still mad about it. He was just on the Jason Lee show talking about getting a show and revamping. So what I seen was someone there trying to align himself with Wendy Williams in order to grift and clout chase to push their agenda to get a show. It was almost like Al Reynolds and Claudia Jordan once Fox Soul ended. He came out, oh, this is my show and I'm going to do this and I'm going to sell it to Fox. So that's what I seen. I seen an opportunist
of him to use that interview to push him forward.
And then he just did an interview with Jason Lee saying he wants to move forward with his own show, kind of like, talk show Wendy Williams. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Perry, do you think Don Lemon is trying to use this to push his own narrative, which is to get his own show?
These days, let's keep it real. A lot of people, we feel using Wendy. Even when it comes down to their own family members. So that's open to debate. But I think that with the not saying it's being dangerous, it is very dangerous right now. Because we'll say, yeah, Wendy's just going against this one person. No, she's going against a system that's been going over for years and years that people will get taken out before they get exposed. Now, let's just keep it real. So whatever happened, it needs to work quickly to get her out of that situation. Because if not, we forced to take their word for it. Oh, she got out, she made it to the 5th floor, she had some drinks, and then she fell down the steps or whatever the hell. They got a lot of things they hide and form their own story with.
Right.
So now that people starting to know about it, and she got these advocates trying to help her out, the shit need to go a whole lot faster than what it's going now, though.
Right.
She also said that they want to keep her broke. She said that they let her go down to visit her father. Remember, it was some birthday or something like this, and they gave her a credit card, but the credit card was maxed out, and she couldn't use the credit card. She said they don't want to keep money in her hands
because she has no money. That's the point.
That's
And another thing, y'all must really don't like Perry and Sharrell. I can't believe it's about 2,000 people in here with only 300 or something likes. That is so crazy.
you
That
guys
is so
click
crazy.
the like button. That
And
disturbs do not. Click the like button.
It does.
Did you get that super chat from Measure It Man? I'm not sure if you missed it. We was right in the middle of a clip
No.
or something. If you can't pull it up, I can read it.
Oh, you can?
I saved
here
it.
it
Just,
is.
yeah. Oh, you got it.
How they gonna have Wendy locked up and Jaguar roaming free? For real. Okay, that is so true. So anyway, she's on the phone this morning with Suzanne. They are preparing for this interview that she's gonna do with The View, and she's planning a full-on comeback. Just let me play that, and then and I feel good with Suzanne by her side. Suzanne's been with her, a
But see,
long time.
if Suzanne had no contact with her and then finally made contact with her, I'm sure Sabrina knew about it, and all of these other plans and stuff that Sabrina's not signing off on is a dangerous situation. But I mean, on the flip side, it could be great because if Wendy's broke, you can get her to show to kind of like get her to actually not complain about how much money you spent of her so she can go on. Sabrina ain't got nothing but a cat, don't have no kids. She from the town, that small town in Georgia that Hannah Cobb's from. You know, the white girl that was like, bow, bow, bow in the club and then shot Tevin Osborne. And black women didn't care because he was anti-black. Yeah, so Sabrina Morrissey is from that small town where white women are unalive and black men, and they got all of this hate in their heart. So she just need to, honestly, she stole the money, and she just need to let Wendy go.
She stole the money.
Yeah.
She stole, but she can't let nobody know she stole the money because that means jail time. Let me play this conversation this morning where Wendy and Suzanne talk about her interview with The View on Thursday.
Oh my God, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing better. I can't wait until Thursday when we do the talking.
I know.
Friday when I won't even be able to see it because I have to go to my thyroid.
I love her with Suzanne again. I feel like we can trust Suzanne. I feel like this is moving too slow, like Perry saying. Wrong one. It's just moving too slow. And I just think that she is being railroaded. And I agree with Dana. There might not be a dime left because there's so many players involved.
Well, see, and that's the part you got. Everybody keeps saying Sabrina, Sabrina. I'm sure in those systems, it's like a check and balance. So it's multiple people. She got to have some kind of oversight. Somebody her shit too. I'm assuming.
Well, as a matter of rights and law, there's somebody in Wendy's family or somebody close to Wendy that is essentially like a go-to person in case of something, even though she's a guardian. That person was the manager on Where Is Wendy documentary, and then it became Kevin the son. Kevin the son, he has his own stuff going on. I know a lot about what's going on in South Florida with him, but I believe that he's also working with Sabrina. He don't care about Wendy. Kevin has insecurities. Like Wendy wants Kevin to have grandkids. I know this. This is inside. Wendy wants Kevin to have grandkids, and that's just not going to happen. And so instead of looking at your parent and telling your parent who you are, you would do something or support them.
Who is he? What you talking about, Dana?
Okay.
He said he don't have no kids, so
right. You know, like Wendy Williams' son is not gonna have no grandkids. Like I'm pretty sure.
How do you know? What do you think?
I'm from Florida, and Miami, Fort Lauderdale was my stomping grounds. And
I didn't know
Kevin,
that.
right? And Kevin went to college. Not too much of a good college, but I have people around the area that tells me certain things. So it is essentially hearsay, but conclusively, what I'm getting is that Kevin is not going to have any grandkids for Wendy, and he's tired of her asking about it. And instead of him being honest with his mother about who he is, he's choosing to co-conspire with Sabrina to keep her in that situation, and where the communication or the interaction with his actual life is bare minimum. And he's also being able to get some money off of that, like by Sabrina's breaking him off.
Well, we know for a fact that he was against his mother in the beginning, and in with Kevin, because Wendy said it. She said it was my son that stole money from me. And we know he was working with his father, who was working with Sharina, who was working with I think that Tommy was working with Kevin. It's a mess, and it's just unfair.
He's just like his uncle. And somebody in the chat said Kevin, as in he lives in Wilton Manors. Wilton Manor is the gay area in Fort Lauderdale. That's all I have to say.
Damn. Okay.
Damn. That's enough. That's enough said. Shit. Just so we have to keep our eye on this story. It's a lot of stuff going against Wendy Williams because it's an organization. So Sabrina's been in trouble for this before. The judge has been in trouble with this before. But something tells me it's not going to work. I think it's a good sign she's working with Suzanne again. And people were asking me what about Norman? Well, Norman is not going to be included because Norman works with the Sherry Shepherd show. So as of now, he's not involved. But
if Sabrina is looking, I think it's important for Sabrina Morrissey to work with this other white lady, because y'all speak the same language. You need to come clean and come to some type of consensus to let this woman work to replenish the money that you stole.
Yeah, but Denard, if they do that, that means jail time.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the safest thing for Wendy is to see what happened, acknowledge it, and don't be victimized by it, even though she's a clear victim of financial abuse, exploitation. But by her being victimized about that and highlighting that as the issue, then it puts her in a dangerous situation. I know you got to play the game with white people. Even when they wrong, they're not going to apologize to you. Their actions, they're going to do something that you need to know that this is how I apologize to you or whatever. And that what needs to happen is Wendy needs to go back out and make money to replenish all of the money that Sabrina stole. And what I mean by stole, I mean that like she's filed the lawsuit.
Oh.
So Sabrina is using Wendy's money to pursue a lawsuit against this documentary. She's not only is she the lawyer billing for having to do research, she's paying other lawyers in order to do that. And it's just like this whole laundering exploitation thing. Right. So it's a lot of people from the banks, from lawyers. It's a lot of people involved, and it's unjust. Like this is not like the Diddy situation or Jay-Z where some lay person decides to sue them and now they got to get lawyers. This is somebody saying, I don't know you. I don't give a damn. Give me your money. Give me access. I'm your guardian. I don't care what you say. This is tyrannical behavior. This is a total violation of your rights. Right. All of them.
I see what you're saying. But remember this, Denard. Yes, she needs to let her go and go make money, but she ain't going to let her go. That's a lot of people getting in trouble. The doctor that diagnosed her as incompetent. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
They're going to say, damn well she wasn't incompetent. The judge that gave Sabrina the conservatorship is too many powerful people involved. This is going to be a fight to the end. I think eventually Wendy will see victory, but I agree with you. By that time, all the money going to be gone.
And if all the money is gone and you're not making money off of being her guardian anymore, what's the use of you even dealing with her? That's why I say she's in a dangerous situation.
She's gonna be in trouble. This is the second time she's done this. Remember, she hasn't done it before. So, Perry, how do they transition Wendy getting her life back without everybody going down?
I don't know. Like, would y'all bring up some interest? Like, well, Denard said, well, why would she, if she don't get what she needed, why not turn it over? But maybe I'm wondering, is it any way Wendy even know how much money she have in this account? Because a person wouldn't turn it over if they know, hey, when I turn this over and I turn it over and say ain't shit in here, it's a problem. So we get to keep this sheltered while we can come up with excuses where this money going, and maybe, like you said, with these so-called lawsuits, they hooking their partners up and could be shifting this money around to
Right.
justify, well, that money went to this. Because any lawyer can write down on paper how
Right.
much it costs, even whether you paid it or not. So just a way to cover up some things. I'm not sure how everything might go, but somebody, look, life is too short. Somebody need to damn do something. Wendy, life matters. And
Yeah.
I don't know how we get to this point, but somebody need to do something. That's
Yeah.
some bullshit.
And I
Uh,
think Britney Spears really messed it up. Like everything that happened to her family did it to her. So,
yeah.
and we still was like, free Britney. This is a complete stranger. But now Britney's with these knives and shit. And it's like, damn,
Yeah.
should we have
No,
just
she
left her
is.
alone? So Wendy's having to suffer the blunt end on it because we black people and some of the media is like, yeah, but everybody remember the time and the energy they spent on Britney, and they're like, but now
Yeah,
she playing with not,
and
so
clearly people looked at Britney as something could have been wrong. She couldn't keep her clothes on. She got knives with knives flying all over the place. She looked like a
But
girl that was going
that's
through
her
the store.
business. If Brittany wants to get high and dance in a
I,
little teeny
I,
bikini, she can
I'm
do
saying I
that.
get that right, but if you just gonna judge somebody by viewing them, you can say, yeah, maybe she did have a problem. But we was like, hey, that's that girl own life. Let her live it. You know what I'm saying?
It is
But
because it's a strong possibility too, Perry, that if Wendy wins her conservatorship back and she's in control of her own life, she could go back to relapse.
well, I think when she get her life back, if that ever happens, she gonna realize they really ripped her ass off with her money, and that's why they gonna keep pushing this to the end.
It's
That's what I'm.
sad. Bonji says, until Sherry claims her baby,
Bungie ain't gonna let
I
it
don't
go.
want to hear a thing from her. Hashtag free Wendy. If little Kev was gay, that wouldn't be an issue. Gay people have kids. No, he's saying that he doesn't want to tell his mother that he's gay.
I'm
And
not picking and poking. It's just, I mean, you even see what's his name, the ex NFL player Sergio Willis. He unalived his own mother because she kept asking him about grandkids,
Right.
and that happens. That's a
Right.
trauma. That's a triggering point.
who is
So
that? He unalived his mother.
yeah, a football player that happened. That happened about what was it, 8 months ago? It happened last year. He unalived
Almost
his
a
mother.
year or somewhere around there. I seen something like that too. Well, and I think it could have been on like a little show. They was having a show, right, where they talked about it, and then the parent kept. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm
Yes,
making
right.
it short.
They was she's been asking him when he's gonna have grandkids for years. You're a
Right.
multimillionaire and you don't wanna, so he offed his mother because he couldn't live with the fact of telling his mother, you're not gonna get any grandkids from me. And Kevin is Wendy's only child. The
How
the,
long
the
have you
lineage
heard these
stops with
rumors?
him if he don't procreate or if he don't
How
have
long
no
have you
women
heard
around.
about these rumors, Donat, of him being gay?
Oh my goodness. Like I can call somebody right now and they'll tell you
No,
about it.
no.
Like, so it's like, I spent a great deal of time in Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. I know a lot of people down there that are my age and younger or older, whatever. It's like, yeah.
Wow, that's another. But that's nothing to worry about. She's really got to get around these people, these powerful people that have stolen her money. She's working up against the machine. Hopefully, she can bring in um, Suzanne and her friends and Charlemagne and people, TMZ, and everybody just keep fighting for Wendy. No one's going to let this story die because everybody feels that it's wrong. We want to see Wendy Williams standing in front of the building of the Southern District of New York when Diddy goes to trial because this is her story. She was the first person to talk about it, not
Yep.
Jaguar Wright. So real quick, so Jaguar Wright is pissed about the video we did yesterday,
Yes.
calling us liars. At the end of the day, she's in a quandary because either you're going to take the stand and admit to the things that you said in public, or you're going to run. Was she at home now, Donat, or was she on the run? Because I know she was gone yesterday.
So I don't. If I get Wendy back in California, I'm putting my gas tank on full. I'm probably gonna give me some peanuts and just stake out like I'm the FBI because I'm gonna find you I'm gonna print out the complaint and serve it to you, and send a proof of service, signing it, saying that I served you. Number one, and then on top of that, I'm gonna call the police because you got them warrants. That's number two. So yeah, the thing that Sharrell, myself, Perry, and correct me if I'm wrong, we don't
Ralph.
care if Jag was in jail or have some type of operative defense to say that this is a lie in the complaint. As many lies as you done told about other people, we don't care about nobody lying on you. And then this is a court of public opinion, ma'am. You are a defendant. You are a defendant. Do you know what that means? That means you need to take it to the court. You can have 20, 30, 1,100, 1,000,000 people watching the video saying that you're innocent. But baby, if you don't meet them deadlines in court, it don't even matter.
Why wouldn't Jaguar want to take the stand, Perry? Why is she fighting this? She claims she knew Diddy and she was there and all this.
It don't matter what we say to Jag. We just talking about the case and things that's going on. She gonna just keep doing what she's doing. People want her to get on the stand and answer this question.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God.
You know what she gonna say, Perry?
You lying.
Perry, you know what she gonna say? I got the letters. The kind that make you get off bipolar PTSD.
No, Jaguar, stop bullshitting and wasting people's time. Go take the stand. If they're lying on you, say it in court. We don't want to hear nothing you got to say anymore on video. We want to see your ass in court. Right. Now, do not drive over, because I told you there's only 3 people that know where Jaguar Wright lives. That's me, Danny Robertson, and my good buddy Denai.
Yeah, for her to
don't make him drive over there. And you know you're not in town right now, girl. Stop lying.
And for her to be an advocate
Perry?
for 700, Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm saying for her to be an advocate for 700 people, as she say, well, you know, back in Rock Nation days, I was saving lives and I was pulling people off the corners and giving them a place to stay, saving little kids. Jag, stop lying. If you got all this evidence and proof, why aren't you being a strong advocate? A strong advocate would stand up. They would go to the court of law, turn over the evidence. How can you protect these so-called victims when you just are scared? You just a liar, just trying to goddamn panhandle on social media. You in that little dusty ass, what's his name? Lobo Hobo?
He gay.
Loco Hobo.
They say he was whacking out to that emotional Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, she don't pick
I
the
gotta
man.
go. Let's go, y'all, because we're going over to Ralph's channel right now. We're gonna go deep dive into Jag again, since she got so much to say. I mean, I don't know why she just don't call us or address us, girl, because you know we.
Yeah, why you click a link? Just be respectful and stop trying to get people videos demonetized. Not
this channel. Right. I don't want to talk to you, but click it. We're going to Ralph's channel. Let me read this. It says maybe she can get the women she swarmed and rescue from EP Island.
Epstein Island.
And we're in Rick Ross video. That should speak to her career. Jaguar Wright be lying. And it's time now to face up, take the stand, and stand by what you said. That's what we want you. Take the stand. All right, you guys. I said this video is going to be short. We're heading over to Ralph's channel.
Yeah, what's Ralph's channel? Can you drop the link in the chat or something like that?
Well, I don't know if you can,
I don't have the link.
Okay, but it's Ralph the Wise.
We're going to Ralph the Wise.
DAWISE. And that's the only place that bald-headed Jaguar can get some attention and smoke from me.
Right.
So we want it.
Here we go.
And then I'm gonna say this, because my wife is really gentle, very nice. But if I was in her head, she'd probably thinking something like this, Jag.
You can't get rid of me, bitch.
I can't. We gotta go, because they're gonna be acting a fool over there. So we're heading over to Ralph's channel. As far as Wendy Williams is concerned, everybody, she asked us to do this. We have to do it. Tag free Wendy Williams, so they can know that this will be a movement if they don't act right. They're going to try to take her for everything that she's got. The money might be gone, but we just want Wendy free. And stop telling us that she's crazy and that she's incompetent. Stop saying that. All right, you guys.
And we'll be on Ralph the Wise show in about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going over there right now.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to be over there. He ain't starting number 52. Y'all can go over there and get it ready, like the video, Subscribe to my boy Rap the Wise channel. We gonna get it popping and get it lit, okay? That's what it is.
But here we go, people.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Fuck this shit, people. We out.
Wait, y'all like this video? Subscribe to the channel. Y'all are selfish and rude not to like our videos without us asking.
So now we gotta go. Bye, guys.